That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Second and 13. It's Williams on the catch. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Give him 7 on the play, and they're going to have a 3rd down. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
Hey, exit. 49's the mic. Watch 49. He's tired of winning. He's tired of us. Hit it.
To throw on 3rd down. Boyle. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
At their own 25-yard line.
This is it. 19. 53. Too low. Cut. 124. 53 is the mark.
Off of play action, it's Watson. Escaping the pressure right. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Let's go.
The first carry now. This is Johnson. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
The 41-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
53. Mike, 53. Pick it up, guys. Pick it up. Hey, 59. Mike, 53. 53. Mike. Line up, go.
Here's Watson. Steps away to his left. Going deep here for Parker. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
53 is the mark. It's a party now. Check. 53 is mine. Check. 53 is mine. I want that. Give me that ball, defense.
A shotgun snap for Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Myles Garrett racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. A few issues here on the offensive line. Apparently, he got sacked 5 times last week. They got to him here in the 1st quarter.
And I would think that running the ball would be paramount here because it's a different team they're facing, but they watch the film as well, so they'll take many.
Now a hit and a loose football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins.
And that's what friends are for.
Right. As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turn it over there, that's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10.
Under 10, under 10, 10. Hatchet, hatchet. Five. 49, guys. Mike, 49.
They begin the drive with Williams. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. A loss of 2 there. Second down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Looking to throw on second down. Boyle. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Mike's 49. Mike's 49.
On first down, Boyle. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
After the interception, here's Watson. He's airing it out for Williams. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
Let's go.
Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpire's got different responsibilities, but always making sure no one's holding.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. From the gun, here's Watson. And he comes back with one complete. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Here we go. Check. 53's mine. Check. 53.
Looking to throw again on second down. Watson got a man open. That's Devontae Parker complete. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 43. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Here we go.
They'll run it with Johnson. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8. Yards.
You got it.
The tackle by Sione Taki. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the Browns.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Focus, defense, focus. Kill. Hey, turn it up.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Dolphins nothing.
Set. 19. 53. Here it comes. Hey, pick him up. 53 is the mark. You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing. Check. 53's mine. Check.
From the 36, Watson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Right, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. And, Charles, this infraction is going to be against the offense, false start.
Sometimes you have to get up to the line of scrimmage, make sure your team is set before you begin your cadence.
And a manageable 3rd down becomes a lot less manageable. 3rd and 7 after the false start. Out of the gun, Watson. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns 16.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover. The angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
They'll run on first down. Laird. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Got 59. Let's go. Check.
Here's a run with Balaj. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
He gets it halfway there with that run. I think you play up-tempo, get right back on the line of scrimmage, and hammer at him again.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Watch the safety creep. Get the boy down, he's coming. Let him go.
They'll try to run this one in. And this is not going to do it as he stopped at the 2-yard line. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
How about this Browns defense they've held so far? This is now 3rd and goal.
53 is the mic. Ricky.
From the gun, Watson. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Jannard Avery with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7. So on 4th down, Dolphin kicker Jason Sanders comes on. This is a 26-yard attempt. The kick by Sanders is good. And the Dolphins are going to tie the score at 3. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
The Browns drive about to get started. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hey, come on, now, come on, now. Check 50, check 50. Go.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. He was looking for Landry that time, and now it's 2nd down.
Here we go, here we go. 90 Wolf, a alpha. 49's the mic, watch 49. You go, 99. Time to go, 99. Let's go.
Operating from the gun, Boyle. It's caught, Beckham. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 27 yards there, a 1st down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there, perfectly executed crossing route.
Hey, high 7. 49, guys. Mike, 49. Now watch one. 49.
Throwing on 1st down. Boyle being chased out left. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
General West. Get it.
And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast and a big sack. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13.
Check 43. He's crashing. He's checking. Pilot, 64. Weak. Smooth.
Looking to throw. Boyle. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. A good pick up there of 20 yards. And on this challenge, the refs have to take a peek and see whether or not the receiver was able to dot the I with both feet,
while making sure that he possesses the football all the way through the catch.
He steps out of bounds right at the line of scrimmage.
They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here.
Hey, Haywood. 49's the mic. 49's the mic. Squeeze, double. 49's the mic. Watch 49. Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together. Mike.
From the gun, Boyle. It's caught by OBJ. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Odell Beckham, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Browns have taken the lead. And a nice job by him to catch the slant and then navigate and break free.
And receivers love slant routes because it gets the ball in their hands so quickly and oftentimes on the move. When they're on the move like that, then they get to use their best asset, which is usually their speed.
And their speed sometimes, like this instance, can take them into the end zone. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Just a lone field goal for them so far, trailing 10-3 as they come up 1st and 10. On first down, it's Watson. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Myles Garrett, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues.
Hey, 31! Let's go. Hey, hustle. 53, Mike, 53.
After the sack on first down, Watson. And this is Parker, complete. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
Throwing on third down, Watson, flush to his right. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
19, 51. We want this.
On first down, Laird. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
And the Dolphins first down.
Mike. This is it. 19. Mike. Man, that's trash. That's trash. In the car. 53 to Mike. 53. Check 53. Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Here we go. Here we go. Showing it. Let him go.
Now a first down throw, Watson. And he finds Parker here, complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. That one good for 13 at a Dolphin first down.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10. Now Watson operating from the gun, eluding the pressure right. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
That's a set. 19. Number 53. Mike 53. Back to pass. 54. Mike 53. 53. Mike. I got it. Check 52. 31.
On second down now, Laird. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Let's go.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And we're under a minute to go here. What's been an even first half, all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. Couple completions, you string them together. Could get into field goal range. Let's see what happens.
They'll run on first down. It's Stevenson. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Silver.
Topper!
Here's 2nd and 8. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Hey, Echo.
Mike 55. I'm coming after you.
And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the 2nd down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the 2nd quarter.
Let's go. 8, read.
Here I come.
This time they stay on the ground. Room here to run. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30. It's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a 4th down. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens.
Here we go.
Hey, Zoo.
Mike 55, Mike 55, Mike 55. Watch the screen.
Snap.
A final shot before break. Boyle. That's to his running back, complete. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. So we're at halftime here on Halloween as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And ready to get the party started for the 2nd half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. This is fielded a couple yards deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. Now that sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Check 53, check.
Now we'll play fake, and it's Watson. He'll buy some time right. He'll try and run it. Now a stoppage here for an injury. And oh boy, that looks to be the quarterback, Watson. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside.
Let's go, let's go.
Right, Ernie!
Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, come. Mike, sweet up. Jared. Wide, get wide. Left. Mike, 53, Mike. Let's go.
Now it's the backup Fitzpatrick. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jakeem Grant, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to regain the lead. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that makes it a 17-10 score. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
Flushed out right. Now he's going to let it go deep right sideline. Jared Cook, the tight end, was the target. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
49, guys. Mike, 49. Watch the run. 49 to Mike, 49.
To throw again. Boyle dancing to his left. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down.
It's going to be a long day, offense. It's going to be a long
Hey, Foxtrot.
49. Mike's 49. Come on, baby. Come on, let's go.
Let's go.
Operating from the gun. Boyle. And that is incomplete. Coverage that time by Bobby McCain.
Well, we're into the 2nd half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
The stop was made by Jannard Avery.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Watch the run, watch the run. Tight dog, tight dog, tight dog. Put it down, put it down.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. He's going to let one go deep for Parker. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion.
Let's go, let's go. 54. Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Hey, watch the ball, watch the ball. Mike, 53. Mike, watch the curve, watch the curve.
To throw is Watson. To throw on 3rd down. And it's caught by Parker. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Devontae Parker, 78 yards. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
On 1st and 10, Boyle. And brought in by the tight end Cook. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on 1st down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Sponge, sponge.
22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber. Get it.
2nd and 2. To the right side, and he's got Landry complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Watch tight end. We got 3, fellas, we got 3. Mike's 49. Mike's 49. 3 buzz, 3 buzz, 3 buzz.
From the gun, Boyle. He finds his target, Beckham. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, a tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you make curl a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. He's got a 1st down and much more inside the 20 and down to the 19-yard line. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland 1st.
They're making it look easy out there. Another 1st down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 1st downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success.
Get
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Njoku pulls this one in. He's got it for a Cleveland touchdown. David Njoku, his third touchdown now on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. Extra point by Seibert, up and good, and that cuts the lead to 24-17. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25.
The Dolphins take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Myles Garrett, that is one he will remember. It's sack number 85 of his great career, moving him past Hall of Famer Howie Long on the all-time list.
Set. 19. I'm coming. Alert. Check. 53's mine. Check. 53's mine. Watch QB draw. Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53.
Throwing on second down. Watson. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. The D-tackle Sheldon Richardson came barreling in for the sack.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? Watson from the gun, he'll throw. And the pressure gets to him again. Myles Garrett, what a season he continues to have, his 15th sack of the campaign. Here's Johnny Hekker now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Fielded just inside the 20. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. And that last drive, a long drive. But not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
At the 39-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
Operating from the gun. Boyle forced out to his left. He's going to take off with it. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
On 1st down, Stevenson. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Ready, set.
Watching your time. All right. Here we go. Let's go.
Go.
Hey, let's get there.
Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike.
Coming to you, coming to you. Mike 55, Mike 55. Not today, you aren't. Not today. Check, 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 check.
Rock it, rock it.
To throw on second down. Boyle, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Taco Charlton, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long.
Right there in the middle, 55. Don't get nervous. Mike 55, Mike 55. Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Say go.
From the gun, Boyle. And that will be incomplete. I want to go back to something you said in the first quarter about winning.
Is it a positive?
It is a positive.
Okay.
About winning the turnover battle as a visiting team, as an underdog. You were right. They've done just that, and look where it's gotten them.
It's part of the formula. When you go on the road, as you mentioned, being an underdog, winning the turnover battle is a big key, and this one's playing out in this one.
We play to win.
Take over
Let's
first and
go.
10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Now second and 6 at the 24-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Come this way, here we go. 4. Check, check, check. Check 99, check 99. Motion.
Now Watson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin first down.
And a Dolphin first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Watch the run. That's baby stuff.
Johnson. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine.
Check 53's right. I'm coming.
They go to Johnson again. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Third down.
The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Mike, 53. 53. Mike. I got you.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
19.
brings up second
53
and 10.
53 is the
At
money.
the 43-yard
What's the
line.
cross? 59. Check. 53 is money. Check. 53 is money.
Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins home.
Line up, go.
Looking to throw on second down. Watson. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 23. Defensively, they're okay with that. Short little route, tackle him inbounds. Okay.
All right, cliche alert. It's time for someone to make a play because they've got to have something bigger downfield. They can't just take what they give them. They've got to force it and make something big happen for them.
Watson now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. They go back to the ground with Johnson. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
Motion, motion, motion.
53 is the money. 53. Check 53. 65. 65. 65. Line up, go.
Now a 10th carry for Johnson. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around a training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach, he's in big trouble.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
Check 6 guys. Check, check. Lucky, lucky, lucky.
Here's Johnson, and he's not even able to get back to the line of scrimmage. Now there's also a flag down, and it's in the area of holding. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot, but they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
Every penalty so critical at this stage of the game as now they've got it 3rd and long.
Yo. Let's go. And we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
I smell fear in that offense.
Line up, go.
Following the penalty, it's Johnson, and he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to be their 2nd. They'll be left with 1 more plus the 2-minute warning, and we'll be back.
Jason Sanders on for the field goal. A 44-yard attempt.
Sanders' kick is good. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. So his 2nd field goal of the game, and that could turn out to be the big one.
Yeah, you have to make them score twice to beat you, and that's not impossible. But here in the 4th quarter, puts their backs clearly against the wall.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Here we go.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Tight end left, tight end left. 3 down, 3 down.
Hey, Charlie.
Check. 3 down, 3 down. Mike's 49. Mike's 49. He rush, he rush, he rush.
Throwing again. Boyle. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Taco Charlton make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches, I always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. The Browns on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. Too short, and it's 4th down.
It's 4th down.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up.
They'll try and run forward Janovich. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Me and you all day, all day. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Shoot.
From the gun, Boyle. Stepping up, he'll try and run. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A 1st down, a 16-yard gain. 2 1st downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Boyle buying time to his left. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at their 49-yard line.
Check 55, Mike.
Ready?
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 36.
On the set.
55. Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there, Harry.
Hey, Alpha.
Mike, 55. Right there in the middle, 55. Defense wins championships, baby. Mike 55. Mike 55. Push him back.
Now.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through, and they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for Miami, they continue to cruise through this first half of the schedule as they move to 8-0 now on the campaign. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Cleveland, they drop back to 500 now at 4 up and 4 down.